Anyway, 3 plants. This is going to be quick. We've done the story. This is a replacement. This is Dendrobium senile, or senile, I'm reliably told. It's not a bad plant. He had several. I picked on this one because I can actually see active growing roots underneath it. It's already mounted. It's on this funny cork tile stuff. It won't stay on there forever. And it has some good new growths pushing on, and I can see active roots. And the people I spoke to, not the traders, I mean, you know, Orchid Society people, said, oh God, they're half difficult to grow. I thought, oh, yeah, great. But the one I had before was growing incredibly well till I messed it up. So anyway, that's a replacement. That's nothing, not new, just a replacement. And I've already made my mind up. That is not getting rested this winter. That's going to be grown on right through till the following winter before I even think about resting it. I want the biggest, strongest plant I can get. So that's that one. I got a Laelia that I've been after for ages. It's a variety of Laelia purpurata, and it caught my eye because it's got stumps for new roots coming out. The old roots are rubbish as usual with Equigenera, but two nice new growths as well. And there's a bit of the back end of the plant that I can snip off successfully, which with Equigenera is worth doing for obvious reasons. Now, if I can turn it around, I've got to watch these new growths. I obviously don't want to bash them, but that last growth has got one hell of a sheath on it. Now, that may or may not bloom. Certainly some of the Cattleya types, you know, they'll push up a lovely sheath and then do absolutely nothing with it. Some of them, the sheaths even go brown and then the buds come out, and some of them just stay blind. So, you know, I'll see what happens with that. But it was a bit soggy when I got it out because they're always wrapped in paper, and the paper was wet. I mean, heat was incredible at Malvern, so you can understand it. But most of these roots are dead, and getting them out of the way, we get to some that are viable. Yeah, there is an area, so I'm desperately trying to knock these. There is an area around here with some quite viable roots, down in underneath and round. What was the edge of the pot before they unpotted it and wrapped it in paper? So I've got some active roots which, once hydrated on a regular basis with a drying cycle in between, may start branching out. But at some point, those 2 new growths are going to push out new roots. All it's got to do is survive until then. Now, whether those roots are coming soon, as I said, I can see one nubbin at the base of the larger new growth. So maybe the new roots are coming soon, in which case plant's got a very good chance to go. Now, unfortunately, it had no tag on it, and the pretty picture that caught my eye, that made me buy the thing in the first place, had the named variety on it. Because what I've been after is a purpurata, one of the, well, several of the varieties, the other 2 petals, the leaps are deeper purple, and the 2 petals, not the sepals, they're just skinny little things, but the petals have got lovely striping on them, veining on them. So the picture caught my eye, but because they take the picture off before they put it in the bag for you, I don't know which variety I've got. So I'm going to have to go to their website, see what varieties of Laelia purpurata they actually own and sell, and see if I recognise which one I got. You know, like it, you know, seeing the names triggers, oh yeah, it was that one. Or I'm just going to have to get on the internet and look up those varieties, look at the pictures and find out, if I can, which one I got. Anyway, that's those 2. And I got a Disa. I said if I ever saw some mature plants, I would get some more, because I lost my little seedlings. They just rotted off. Now, that is an excellent pot full of plants. It's got 2 plants in there big enough to flower. That's the little bloom. It's a multifloral, so it's just going to keep pushing buds up for a while. It's got a second spike down here to come on, and it has a lot of other plantlets in the same pot. Yeah? So that's what I was after. And at that price, for that plant, ooh, I nearly sang a song. So that's the 3 new plants anyway. Lovely little Disa, I'm well pleased with that. I like the yellows, I like the oranges, but That's a nice delicate pink, and it's a lovely small version. It's not going to grow ridiculously tall, and it's a successive bloomer. So yeah, that'll do nicely. Yeah, it's Disa cuensis. As I say, I'm well pleased with that one. Replacement, Senilli. I was reliably told by the guy who sold it to me when I said, "Oh, can I have one of these Dendrobium seniles?" He just looked at me and went, "Senilli." All right. I'll go with somebody who's been growing them a lot longer than me. And the Laelia purpurata, I'll get that in a holy pot and get it strapped in, get the rubbish roots off, but that's not going to be today. It's going to be another hot one, and today I need water in plants. Everything is bone dry in here, and if it's going to be hot again today... Oh, I made another silly mistake. My new fogger arrived, and I didn't have time to set it up properly, and I thought, well, the quickest thing I can do is plug it in with the extractor fan and the inlet fan, so that when the thermostat kicks those two fans in, this fogger will at least switch on. Well, you need to actually switch it on. So when I got home, this one hadn't used any water at all because it was in the off position. Duh, I was in a hurry. But anyway, all three foggers were empty. I don't know how long they'd been empty. Looking at my minimum and maximum, at one point we'd got up to 34 over those 2 days. Which day, I don't know. And the humidity had dropped to 32. So let's get some water in here. Let's get some moisture. Let's get this flipping place rehydrated. So that'll be it for today. I've done the 2 videos for the 2 orchid societies. Those videos are for their face page. They're not in Facebook pages. They're not in my normal style. Yeah, so they're a specific sideways sort of look at videos for the 2 orchid societies. Both got gold and one got best in show, and that's their first gold and best in show. They are, well, they're dancing around in little circles. Understandably, it was one hell of a display. Well done, guys. And I've got lots of clips of the other orchid societies, and what I'll do with those is I'll just throw all the clips together, leave the soundtracks on, all the hubbub and the people talking over me and getting in my way and all that sort of stuff, and I'll throw that one up eventually, and then I can get back to normal sometime tomorrow or the day after. But I needed to get those Orchid Society ones done. That's why they got posted quickly, and then this one will probably go up towards the end of today, something like that, and then we'll see what goes for tomorrow. Okay. Right, a most enjoyable weekend despite the initial hassle, but too hot for many people, just too much. You know, the Saturday there wasn't a breath of wind. Now for my fans to come on at this time of day, the sun hasn't even got round here yet. That's how warm it is. Yeah? But yeah, it was too much for a lot of people. I really felt for the guys that had to set all those displays up on sort of Wednesday and Thursday, because in that heat, in a marquee, with all those moist plants raising the humidity right up and not a breath of fresh air, those guys must have been absolutely drained by the end of the setup period, and dripping wet. Oh, I bet there were some whiffy armpits. Excuse me. But that's what happens, you know, you can't help it. That's just what happens when you get hot and sticky. But yeah, I'll leave it at that, and thanks for dropping by. Most enjoyable weekend, some marvellous plants around, some gorgeous displays from the, you know, the various orchid societies. Traders had a few interesting things around, but there's quite a few of the traders that just tend to have the same thing all the time. You know, so once you've had a good rummage through their plants, that's normally what they sell. So next year you go and see them again and they've got roughly the same stuff. And after a while you just get to know that they probably haven't got anything new. But it's good fun having a rummage in Ecuagenera's bins. That's always good fun. So I'll see you in the next video, whatever, whenever, uncertain at the moment, but just hope my little Disa settles down. It ought to go outside, but I haven't got anywhere sufficiently shady to put that, so it's staying in here. For now, while I think about it anyway. At least it'll be humid in here with good air movement, so that can't be bad. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.